actually quite levelled, so he's almost getting airborne as he makes his way through there with a green light. Hopefully he's got a green light coming up here, because he's making his way 80 miles per hour. This is a darker stretch of the valley as we make our way north up towards the 118 freeway through the Estreita. We're going to hit Northridge very soon. Apologise, having a conversation with Pilot Dylan at the same time. Again, making his way eastbound back towards the 405 now.
Right.
And as I was saying before, it appears that he really likes the valley here and he's staying in this area. As the LAPD did say that they thought he may be trying to make his way back home.
Okay, and if you're just joining us now at 10:22 on a Saturday evening, we've been watching this silver or gray sedan. The original want is just the idea that this person, the driver, is believed to be armed. Justin was saying that there was a report of a shooting at a house party earlier that may or may not be connected, but at this time, police are not taking any chances, and so they are pursuing this driver and pursuing the driver with the idea that the driver could be armed, although there have been reports that at one point at the beginning of the pursuit, the driver had tossed items out of the window, and that's believed to be perhaps the weapon. So other officers have been sent to the general location of where it was witnessed that he threw items out of the car, and then they'll look for that as possible evidence in this case as we watch this car now traveling on Saticoy in the Lake Balboa area. And this is an area that he's traveled before. We've already seen him in the Lake Balboa area, Reseda area, Van Nuys, and a little bit of Granada Hills. Oh, look at him. It looks as if he's turning onto he's back on Cavallo Street. He was already on that street once before. And now, Justin, it seems as if the night sun is gone. Does that mean that the police helicopter, has gone into tracking mode and perhaps is stepping back?
Yes, it appears that LAPD officers or the LAPD airship is still there. It's telling officers on the ground his location. They do have the night sun out, but they're not actually putting the night sun on him. It's almost like as if they're luring him into thinking that they're not following him any longer. You just saw the beam of light pass through the shot then as this guy continues to turn around in the valley. I can be assured that LAPD vehicles are still behind him there. They're a couple of blocks back, so probably not in his revision mirror, but they're certainly going to be there within a minute if this gentleman decides to pull over and do a runner. But as I come back to he seems to be like, as we've seen in many of these pursuits, Susan, an area they know, they stay, and often with the indication that they're probably going to end up back at their house.
Yeah, there is evidence just in the time that we've been following the pursuit, and right now we're having a little bit of transmission issues, but we have already seen him on a lot of these streets already, and certainly in the Lake Balboa area. So it does appear to be a situation where this driver is familiar with this area, and as we say, the pursued suspect oftentimes prefer to gravitate towards areas that they might recognize. So he's back on Cavallo Street. He's been on Cavallo Street and Lasagne, so that same basic intersection at least 3 times now, Justin. And he's not driving as aggressively as he was earlier.
Looks like he's going to get out of here, Susan.
Okay, so it's too bad we don't have the night sun, but he's stopped now. He's out of the car. He's running and holding his pants. But now the night sun is on and on him, spotlighting him as he's trying to get somewhere. He's on an alley now, and where's he going, Justin? Do you have a broader view?
Yeah, that's right. He appears to be running towards a business here. That's a service station, I believe, or some type of business, a smoke shop. I'll just have to ask Pilot Dylan if he can swing us around, or it appears to be
there's a smoke
some type of workshop. Right. I'm going to tell you, the way he was running there, he's not a marathon runner, I could tell you that, Susan, the way he was making his way there. He might actually know the people here in this shop. That's why he's made his way there. We're going to try to make our way around to the back of the store, because that appears to where he entered or where he's hiding.
Well, he was pretty recognizable.
We're hearing that LAPD is just arriving on scene.
Yeah, I think he would be pretty recognizable. It won't be long before police find him, unless he can really hide very well. Is that a bar of some kind next to the smoke shop?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, this is a bar, and just the way that the people are reacting there, it may have actually been on call. I believe he ran into here to be that door there. Unless if that door is unlocked, that's where he ran. He ran into that corner. So unclear whether he went into the bar, but you could just see the way that people stood outside as he ran towards them, which maybe indicate that he actually may have known the people or told them that he was coming. We'll just try to push into the bar a little bit there and see if he's inside.
Well, that is... That's a kind of wild thing.
LAPD
As we see,
actually,
LAPD arriving now on scene. We see multiple patrol cars already arriving. The black and whites, you don't really want to see that on a Saturday night when you're a bar patron. But if I were them, I would get out and with hands up. Oh, look, they're pointing. Yeah, he went that way. Oh, no, now a guy's pointing the other direction. But, yeah, this is, the address here is 17314 Saticoy Street. And we've noticed a couple of people pointing in the direction of the door, suggesting he is inside that bar.
Yeah, so they're suggesting that LAPD actually believe he may have walked into the smoke shop here. But you would think that hopefully there's some pretty honest people here tonight that might actually help LAPD out and just tell him where did he go, save everybody a little bit of time and maybe even a little bit of safety. But certainly they got this area fully locked down now, so I can't imagine this gentleman getting away. Probably if they have to, they're going to just empty that bar and they're going to go room to room till they find him.
Bar and the smoke shop, right? If the smoke shop is open and that door appears to suggest it is. So they'll go in there as well. Meantime, like, I would not want to be a bar patron tonight. I just would not. Like, I need to get home, so no sorry. Everybody's got to stay put until we finish our investigation, or at least we search and clear everything. Every room to find our suspect.
Yeah, bit of a, I've got to say, it's quite an LA experience for the people in the bar tonight. They probably came out just for a drink. And now they're getting a show. LAPD here getting a team together to actually go inside. Yeah, it's going inside now to the smoke shop.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 officers
room to room.
going into the smoke shop. And in the meantime, a couple of young ladies going, let me see what's going on. But no, I really don't want to be a part of it. As well, they shouldn't.
Yeah, correct. Just coming around to the front to have a bit of a look here to give us a bit of a different angle. That certainly they've gone into the back there, so hopefully they might bring him out shortly if he is inside there.
Meantime, how many patrol cars do you see, Justin? How many black and whites do you see? I see a couple of motorcycle. I don't know if they're officers or just people who are patrons of this bar.
Yeah, we're looking at about a half a dozen officers, so half a dozen vehicles, I apologise. It's about 12 to 14 officers on scene here. No doubt if they do have to clean this bar out, they're going to call in extra officers just to make sure that they have enough people, enough officers on hand to make sure they can control the crowd. They believe that he was not in the smoke shop, so now they actually are talking about clearing the bar. And there was an indication that from the angle that he was running, he actually appeared to be running towards that steel door. So we'll have to wait and see. Now, you can see their attention now is focusing towards the bar. This is Pogo's bar out here in the Lake Balboa area in the valley.
So meantime, those motorcycles, the riders were just civilians. They were not police officers. And you see there all the LAPD that are talking to people, including this woman who's gesticulating, but clearly they're not really interested in her, but they're going to have to go into that bar carefully. Now, remember, the suspicion is that this driver is armed. So they're going to approach this very carefully, as they do every time, but in particular because they have a sense that this driver may still have a weapon. Yes, we talked about the fact that he opened a window as he was driving away and threw an item out the window, but police never, make that decision that that's enough for them. Instead, they're going to think, just in case, that they've got to approach this guy very carefully. And the whole room the whole bar very carefully. It'll be interesting to see whether or not they just call everybody out of the bar into that parking lot, or as you said, Justin, maybe it's a matter of getting the backup that they need before they do something like that. But it's Saturday night. That bar's probably pretty well, populated. We see a little bit of activity
I imagine
in the
that's
front there, but no police.
Yes, LAPD do have the area here shut down. You've got officers certainly keeping an eye on the front door there. Certainly this is probably a very popular watering hole out here in the valley. The LAPD officers are actually working out a plan now to get everybody out of the bar. They're trying to get a shield, basically a ballistic shield, to protect themselves in case this suspect is armed. And then they're going to go into that bar, no doubt make announcements, say we're coming in, and hopefully for them and the suspect, he'll be taken into custody safely if in fact he is in the bar. Again, there was as we come back around Sky Fox into the backyard of the back parking lot of this bar, there was a door there, a steel door, and possibly if that was unlocked, he may have actually went in there. And I've got to tell you, I'm a pretty straight up and down dude, Susan, as you know, and I'm surprised none of these guys actually just telling the PD that, hey, he's in the bar, he's in that area there, and let's get this over and done with so we can get back inside and have a drink.
Well, yeah, perhaps there are people who are, indicating we know where he is, but at the same time, police are going to still approach this gingerly and make sure that they're safe when they do enter the bar, especially if that suspect has the advantage wherever they are. Looks as if it's a single story, so it's not as if the person could be like somewhere else, like in the rafters or mezzanine or whatever. But you never know. Maybe he's very familiar with this space and knows where to go to hide. We lost transmission, briefly with Justin as we keep an eye on. Oh, wait.
Yep, Susan, if you can hear me. Yeah, Susan, we got him. He's coming out the door now.
Yep, I just saw a little peek of what I thought was the suspect. Was he there in the door? There, yeah. Yep. There's the suspect, and he's already cuffed, and he's coming out now. All right, Justin O'Brien, thank you very much. Tracking this pursuit, a successful end to a police pursuit in the San Fernando Valley. They got their suspect. He's cuffed, and he'll be stuffed, as Ed Lasko would say, in the back of a patrol car and under arrest, and we'll find out if he is indeed related to a shooting at a house party in the San Fernando Valley. Thank you very much, Justin, and we'll move on.